So as you know, my channel focuses a lot on autism and media, which means I talk a lot about film and TV. Well, film and TV are kind of in the middle of a giant writers and actors strike where the WGA and SAG-AFTRA are both striking at the exact same time. This has not happened since 1960. That was the last time the WGA and SAG were on strike at the same time. To give you a little bit of an example of how long ago that was, at the time, the president of SAG AFTRA was Ronald Reagan. That's how long ago this was. Currently, SAG has not released a lot of information as to how content creators and influencers play into the SAG strike. There's not a lot of information as to what is just crossing picket lines as necessity for work, which many SAG AFTRA members have stated that crossing picket lines as somebody who works for the production companies on a day-to-day basis. That's understandable. Not everybody can afford not to cross the picket lines. And then there's scab work. And the lines for what is constituting as scab work are not very clear, unfortunately, for people like myself who are technically influencers who talk about film and television. So, in order to not undermine the SAG strike, these are the rules that I am placing on content for my page, because I do want to support actors and writers as they fight for fair wages, and for studios to stop making record profits and pleading poverty. I'm sorry, Bob Iger, you can't make $27 million a year and then talk about how the actors and writers' demands are unreasonable. You make $27 million a year. We're just asking for a living fucking wage, dude. So, the rules about how I will be going about my content here on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram is I will no longer be covering any sort of current TV shows or any upcoming projects. Aside from one Patreon requested content that I agreed to over a month ago, and two videos that I am currently in the middle of editing and posting. After that, I will not be discussing anything that is recent, and even if it is older content, I won't be discussing anything from direct to streaming websites. So I will not be discussing anything that was made strictly for Netflix or Disney Plus or anything like that, even if it is older. Because one of the biggest things that writers and actors are fighting for is residuals when it comes to streaming services. Previously, actors and writers made most of their living wages off of residuals, meaning that every single time an episode that they were aired in played on TV, they would get a portion of those profits. When 2008 writer's strike happened and streaming services made these new deals because they weren't sure how the money was going to go. They made deals with writers and actors that basically pays writers and actors like a cent or a fraction of a cent for every 1,000 episodes. I know one of the actresses from Orange is the New Black recently posted how much she gets from residuals despite being on about 3 seasons as a regular character on Orange is the New Black, and it is drastically under a living wage.
Oh my god, I'm about to be so rich. And you got time. What?
She made $27. $27 for 3 years of work. And there have been other situations and other actors who have come forward about how much money they have made despite being in some of the most profitable shows. Eka Darville, who played Malcolm DeCossey in Jessica Jones on Netflix, was a series regular for 35 episodes of a 4-season show, one of Netflix's most profitable shows. And last year, he had to crowdfund in order to afford life-changing surgery for his child. He was on 4 seasons of a Netflix show. There is no reason he should have ever had to crowdfund to receive life-changing surgery for his child. These are the kinds of things that actors and writers are fighting for. So these are the reasons why I am specifically mentioning that I will not be talking about anything having to do with Netflix from here on out, or any sort of straight to streaming series. I want to point out, and the reason that I'm specifically stating that I will be talking about things that aired on television is because I actually have to physically buy the content that I review. I actually have to buy physical copies of it in order to make these videos. Like I had to buy a copy of the Adam movie. I had to put money into Max Mayer's pocket even though I hated this movie. But me putting me buying that DVD also did contribute to supporting actors Hugh Darcy and Rose Byrne in some small way. So when it comes to talking about TV and movies, if there are DVD copies of it, I will have to purchase it in order to talk about it. So therefore, I'm okay with that because it still pays into residuals for actors and writers. If I'm wrong about that, please correct me. I've never presented myself to be an intelligent human being. Yes, I have glasses, but that's just because my eyes are fucked, not because I'm actually smart. This whole situation is not very black and white when it comes to influencers, but the one thing about this situation that is simple, there is one simple solution to all of this, and that is for the studios to pay actors and writers for their labor. That is the only black and white thing about this whole situation. Pay writers and actors for their labor. I'm going to be doing everything I can to support SAG and WGA strikers. Um, when I have the opportunity to actually physically go in person and strike, I will, because I believe in people getting paid a fair wage. I do not currently have the ability to go and do that because I don't have a car and I'm nowhere near where they are striking. But when I am, you will see content from me on the picket lines because I believe in this. Until then, I'm just going to be doing my best, and as the rules change, I will keep you guys updated. But that's all I know for now and all I can do to support. So please keep yourself informed about how this is going. You can always follow creators like Adam Conover, who's been covering the WGA strike for the last 3 months that it's been going. And be sure to keep yourself updated with SAG captains. There are a lot of competing information right now from people who are not the heads of SAG. And the heads of SAG are the ones who get to decide, like, hey, this is how you go about striking. This is how you can help and support us. Because they're currently not calling for a boycott of all these things. Um, like they're not calling for a consumer boycott at the moment, so you're still allowed to go see movies, but that could change. And the only people who have the authority to change it are the heads of SAG. They will be the ones to tell us what the best way is to support them. So be sure to listen to them and pay attention. And so, yeah, that's all I have. Let me know in the comments if you have any books that you want me to talk about or any old TV shows. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Bye.